Testing, testing. Oh my. Let's see, let's see. Can you guys hear me back there? I have a loud voice. I might have to turn this off because it's echoing like crazy. Give me a second.
Group of students back here came to support him on his birthday. So Mr. Damian Montero, so ready? COVID and everything else, he really kept the community together, and just the whole concept of like being very friendly, open, welcoming. We've had so many ups and downs in the community, even some, like just this past weekend, I kind of channeled Damien. We had some issues with other meetups, things that happened, a lot of drama. I'm like, dude, how would Damien handle this? Wow. And it was perfect, man. I just channeled my inner Yoda / Damien. So really appreciate all the mentorship.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
So let's have someone interesting. So Yogi's never met Damien. So we're gonna make him come up.
Let's find out. Yeah. It doesn't now. You gotta.
Before and after.
My cousin had me go out in Argentina to see a friend, and they said that they're like, "How do you know that you know somebody's best friend and all that? How do you know? You know their wife's name, right? Do you know you think of someone who's your best friend? Do you know their wife's name? See, that's the problem. You have to really know the person to know that. That's not. What do you consider? Do you know his person, whoever's a special someone? You know that name. All right, yeah. What do you think? Now that you're recording. Ooh. Yes. Eddie, did they do anything related to specifically you graduating? Yeah. You want to say that?
The same story you told me. So, yeah, that's pretty accurate. You can know my wife was there when yeah, I met him in coding boot camp. I didn't know he was the celebrity that he is. Funny little anecdote is, at one point I was going to tech events like weekly, sometimes 2-3 times a week. And somebody at every event, no matter how far I go or who they
speaks better of you and all that because I was the, the security guard of that job and all that. I wasn't as a teacher. But I felt that I need to do that and I had to do it to you and all that. And you still are my friend even though I did that to you and all that. So thank you for that. Appreciate it. All right. Cool. All right. So one of the things, I'm an extrovert, but it's everybody has a hard time when they're talking nicely about them and all that. So I'm going to shut it down unless somebody has some weird stories they'd like to share. But
All right, so we're gonna have to tell you. So you know Damien's a stand-up comedian.
oh, I have a whole. You want me to do the 5 minute routine? I don't think it's a good idea. Where's birthday? Oh man, I can't do that. Yeah. I wasn't prepared. It wasn't like I have something already ready here. Stand up.
He's writing a phone routine again.
Yeah. That's the problem. That came up with it. All right. So I'm a software engineer moving into AI, which is basically the same as the job, but now when something breaks, I can't blame the machines. Before the bugs it was my fault. Now I just say sorry, the model was hallucinating, like college students on spring break. Nothing I can do about it. See, some of this is good. This is my best jokes. Let me see if I have one with hold on a second. Oh man, I can't find it. I have a teenage daughter. Teenagers are amazing. They're just like AI models in training. They think they know everything. They respond with confidence, and even when they're getting it wrong. And I live with every 5 minutes I have to say, please learn from the internet, not from what you're thinking about. All right. She's like it's just the same as work. I gotta do it off the top of the cup because it's like to have a daughter is like being at work because it's like a PR. All I see, she's 15 years old, so all I see is merge conflicts everywhere, right? And there's nothing I can do about it. I just forget it, approve, be done with it. All right. See, I wasn't as ready as I thought it was. Maybe I got to work on that. Thank you very much. So one of the things that I'm really fascinated about that, and first and foremost, I want to thank every one of you. These events can go one way or another, and literally I did it about 3 days before, or 4 days before today, and look at all of you came, for this and all that. I don't know if it was a cake. If it was a cake, please let me know. I'll bring more cake next time. Or if it's the subject. And I want to point out that one of the most impressive things about this, talking about not really talking about the self, is this brought up someone particularly special. And we have here the product owner of Gemini CLI. So, thank you very much, Dimitri. Lylan. Say it again. Lylan. Dimitri Lylan. So I know Dimitri, there was some amazing Google events, and he was there. I talked to him, and we needed to connect on LinkedIn and all that. And so he's one of his friends. Where's his friend? So there we go. Brought him over. Thank you very much for bringing him over. So this might be a little bit biased, because today we're going to do. You'll see. The idea. I tried it once, and it failed and all that, and did a pretty good job. So what I want to do with this is, in front of all you, have 3 agents all running at the same time. Maybe that's not going to work. You have to understand, this is, I'm a developer. This is a serious computer. You know what I mean? It was the best computer you could get on eBay at $380 about a couple of years ago and all that. So, it's the top of the line that I understand this. Maybe I understand computers wrong. I'm a software developer after all. But what I want to try is, I've made it so that this computer is doing nothing but what you're about to see. There is no recording of the screen. This is going live, by the way. There's no cameras, by the way, so you're welcome to ask questions and let me know what's going on. I'm going to try the same prompt 3 times, right? So Dimitri's going to laugh at me, and some of you are going to laugh at me as well as we fail, but regardless of what happens, I think we're going to succeed. I think we're going to start a conversation, and that's what I'm hoping for. I'm going to start here, and you will know, if you've tried this before, if you just said, go nuts at it. I want you to completely create it. Don't ask me questions. and we'll see that it probably has permissions questions. I'll try to be as quick as possible so we don't, you know, stop one agent that didn't ask questions for permissions and keep the other ones in. You let me know if there's a way to go YOLO, you know, and turn on everything. There is no YOLO? No, yeah, no problem. Dash YOLO? Is that it?
For Claude, it's a bit more convoluted.
That's right. That's
If
right.
you can Google the answers.
I like it. Or I could Gemini the answers. That's the new way of doing it. They tell. By the way, that's the thing.
Same thing though.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. But that's the thing about it. I'm so old. I say the word Google. Right? I used to be so old. I would tweet something. Now you can't even say that because no one understands it. So, but that's a problem. So, anyways, what I'd love to try, and let me see 1 second. Ooh, that tells me it's working. Nice. All right. So it's going live, no camera, so anything you want to ask, please stop me. What I want to do, so I'm Damian Montero. As you guys can tell, I had to change myself, but as you can tell, this is the most ones I could get there. I'm a Latino. So if you hear some ice, I'm out of here. Sorry guys, you're left alone and all that. So, here's my thought. I'm going to try all three. I'm going to try them live. Because if I understand this right, correct if I'm wrong, everyone, it's essentially a program that's running locally that's doing all the magic somewhere else. Now we have pretty good internet. Anybody need internet here? Take a quick picture of this if you need it. Going once, going twice, all right. So I'm going to try all three. And we'll make sure we give them the best opportunity out there. I'm going to choose the best model of each one of the companies that we're going to use. With Copilot, since it's connected with OpenAI, we'll choose OpenAI's best models that we have access to. Okay, with Gemini, we'll do Gemini 3 Pro. Okay, and I'll explain, I have all these access, and with Claude, I'm paying per token. Let's hope it doesn't run out. I put $50 in there. We'll see what happens. But also, once they start, that's it. There's going to be a lot of conversations. I want you all to look at the screens and let me know your experience about it. That's going to be your chance. Cool? We'll talk a little bit about Cursor. I have it installed and we'll have it ready to go. We have Copilot sitting on each one of your IDEs, Visual Studio 2022, 26, VS Code, or the JetBrains equivalents. And if we have enough time, we'll talk about OpenClaw. Maybe. Okay. Oh, okay. We'll do it last. If you're interested, I'm running a boot camp. Comes in March. If you go there and you're not interested in signing up, go to the very bottom. There's a subscription there. That subscription lets you get into the email list. Well, I'll send you more different AI events, not only mine and all that. So you're welcome to scan that and all that. I'll bring it up later. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. And you guys tell me if I'm wrong here. I'm going to use 3 terminals. And yes, I'm using a computer. This is how it works in my mind. This is a computer. The other stuff, guys, is not. I'm using Windows. So you can go and tell me that that's the first mistake. Well, we'll find out. In Windows, we have different options here. This is going to blow your mind. I can put it in the corner. Wow, that's amazing. What do you mean Apple has that now? What do you mean? Ah, damn it. Came up with it. I had to install an app to achieve what here it gave me for free and all that. So what I'm going to do is I have in my desktop code, presentation, I have 3 folders. These 3 folders are, or will be in a second, empty. So I'm lying to you because Gemini 1 wasn't. I didn't know you were going to be here, but it is my favorite. So I'm going to erase it. It's the same folder. They're empty. So we're literally going to go to each one, and we're going to run it. And then I'll show you, I'll make sure to show you and remind me if there's something that you want to ask before I run. I also have a particular prompt. Well, let me get that started first. Cool, as I show everybody my private keys. That's fantastic. I am streaming this live. What's the worst thing that could happen? Anybody got a bot that's checking my streams live? Okay. So you can see there's nothing in the Claude, and then the Gemini, there's nothing. Nothing up my sleeves, nothing behind the things, no rabbit anywhere.
could
Let's
have
see.
just had Gemini check for you.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. That's a good idea and all that. Yes, yes, yes. But we're developers. They're never going to trust me if I do that. So there's 3 folders. Please excuse me. I'll zoom in, but not too much. Really, the idea is that what it's doing might be interesting, but you'll see 3 of them. It'll be difficult to see if we zoom in too much. So for now, I'll just zoom out, and we'll go to the first one, Gemini. Right? Now, you said, was there a /YOLO, /
You can do it while inside.
Nice. So we're going to start Gemini in the folder Gemini, and I'll give it the same prompt in all 3. We're going to do Claude Code, CLI tool, terminal tool, Copilot CLI, CLI tool, terminal tool, Gemini CCLI. You said it was out for how long? 4 months?
It's been about 6 months.
In public?
All of this, yeah.
Yes.
All of this stuff is less than a year old.
It's absolutely crazy and all that. Oh, sorry. I'm supposed to do this. Hello. If it gets too loud, I'll go ahead. Okay, so what can I do to turn on all the permissions?
Something Y.
Something Y.
One of the keys. No, like it's a command. It's a command key.
Okay. Let's see. It's a all right, all right. Well, this is okay. I want to run them.
We should run them the same, so if you're not YOLOing the other ones.
You're right, you're right. That's a good idea. So that's Gemini. It's going to be running a Gemini script. And we'll see what we're going to do in just a minute. So I'll just let it come in here. And one of the things that really impressed somebody was that there was responsive design in some of the other ones. We're about to find out. So I'll go, let me go to desktop, presentation. Let me go to the Copilot one. Here's Copilot. There's nothing in the directory, nothing to see. I'll type in Copilot. And we'll look at the models in just a second, and I'll do the third one and see. Yes, I want you to read the files. I think that's all it asked me. Ooh, cool. Got super excited there. All right, one last one. This is super exciting. I know. You're like, wow, Damien, that's so crazy. All right, why is it telling me there's 3 windows? Okay, let's do a third window here. Let's take it out. Try that in your little Mac. You can do that? You can do that, right? You can see. All right, not so exciting. See, I thought I got you guys. No. All right, and the last one is Claude. And Claude. Okay, so bear with me as I put all 3. Okay, I'm going to just quit it. See if it's responsive. I trust this folder, yes. Look at this, look at this, look at this. You got to fix that. Look at that responsiveness. And in terminal, Copilot can't do that. All right, so we're going to, when it asks us some information, well, I'm going to try to make them sort of kind of overlay the responsive. Again, if it's hard to see, don't worry about it. Really, we're going to see the results, and then when we see the results, I'll come in there, right? And then we have them there. So if you want to pick some social media pics, now is the time to do it, because in a minute, I just realized the logo went away in Copilot. I'm using it and all that. So okay, so this guy's ready. This guy's ready. This guy's ready. So here's what I propose. So I'm going to boom. There we go again. I have this particular script, and the script goes as follows. I'll read it for you just in case. The idea is the basics. It gives as much context as possible. It says you identify yourself as a senior full stack developer, product architect. Your goal is to build the following app. And then there's a description. And we'll talk about what we want to build there together. And then it gives us some information in this original one that was suggested by someone on Twitter. It also talked about authentication. It required a third party. I didn't like that part, so I've removed it and it says no authentication. So we just want the app to just go. But that was something that you could do on your own. At the very end, the magic that's supposed to make everything happen is execution. Start now, think step by step about the architecture, and then execute the code, right? And so what we're looking for at the very end, well, I mean, literally, I believe I'm saying it's a web app, but yeah, design philosophy, UI level, and things like that. Now, what I thought of is we have to really choose what the app is. And one of the things is I don't know if you realized, because now I have a new cool haircut that some of you in the boot camp haven't seen yet. I know. It's not this. That's been there before and all that. It's this. I'm old. Surprise. So one of the things that I have here is a Tamagotchi. You choose the character, you feed it, it dies, it does things like that. That's one of the ideas. Because there are better scripts that have a very complex one, like an HR, fill-in form, the things like that. And I just want something that's a little bit fun. The other option would be something a little bit more sophisticated, and I think it will take a while. Generate a 2D platform with 5 levels, boss fights, and custom graphics in a single turn. Does that sound interesting? That sound like who wants a Tamagotchi? Let's decide and all that. I got a couple of different ones and all that. So the young people that have no clue what I just said, that's good. That's good. You thought I was saying emojis and things like that. Who wants the 2D level like Mario Bros? Getting the same amount of people. Wow, everybody is not exciting about it. Okay. Let's go with one of them. Let's go with the 2D complex. What do you think? So I'm just going to go in there. I will go ahead and paste this in the comments. So I'm going to, so that you all see it in the comments of today's event. So if you're like interested in what the script says, again, if you want to know more about it, we can look at it. I'm going to paste it here to Gemini. I'm going to paste it here to Copilot. I'm going to paste it here to Claude. And that's interesting. I like the Gemini better. It showed me that I didn't realize the other one's kind of like, they kind of, I got it. We have a bunch of things in there.
We're going to do that too, sorry.
You're going to do that as well? Hide it? Oh. They don't even want to know. I want to know. I want to know if I pasted everything correctly and all that. So, all right.
We'll give you an expand button.
I love it. That works. All right. Should we give the Gemini a start by starting it first? Let's go.
Giving it a head start.
Well, we got 2 seconds over Gemini with Claude. Let's see who does it first. So right now, there's not much to see, right? You guys can all see that it's working. The computer, let's do this. Well, I'm fascinated. So you think it's doing tremendous amount of work. And the question is not the MPU, that doesn't do anything on the Windows computers, is the CPU or the memory okay? The memory's a little high, I'm wrong, memory's fine, CPU is fine, everybody's fine. I should have said to, what's that, the Ralph Mayer, I don't know what it is, that continue doing it until it works and all that. One of the things you can do, and this is something that's on the right-hand side of every one of your IDEs, is have it run the application, not just make your fixes, but have it run. So this is what fascinates me. I'll put it down here so you can see it there. But what fascinates me is that the CPU isn't doing much on my computer, right? And in fact, it looks like, are they asking questions?
Yeah. On the right.
Oh, yes. Wow. Allow. Go. All right. We just ruined it because everybody else is finished. Isn't that amazing? This is crazy. I'm blown away by that. Now, I want to share this with you. This isn't a Gemini thing or a Copilot thing and all that. I had this great idea. My job, I don't know if you, I didn't even introduce myself. I guess I kind of assumed you guys all knew me. I'm Damien Montero. I work for a company where we make cars. It starts with a T. It's not Tata. And it's not Tesla. You're giving it away. It's those guys, yeah. To Nissan, yes, that's exactly right. And because you pronounce it in Japanese. That's very good. That's amazing. So I work on the AI department and all that. So my job is to go to the different teams and help them out there. Not doing this. They would kill me about doing this. This is just fun, all that. So one of the things that's fascinating to me, you have a question, please. This is the time, and please feel free to interrupt me.
So is the reason why the third screen you can't read it? But is it because that's building locally, have asked permission to other two in the cloud?
So the other two are waiting for your input. They need you to make choices.
Really?
One is giving you A and B, and one, Gemini, is asking, are you cool with this?
Does this plan meet your approval?
I love it.
And Gemini's not good at asking questions, so I'm very happy to listen to things.
That it listens, or that just do it and all that. So okay, I love it. Thank you for that insight and all that. So I kind of assumed it was doing something, and maybe this is what happened. I literally so anyways, I work for the AI team and all that. Is it asking questions? Allow for this session,
If you want, I can be your button presser.
please.
I can
Please.
press
Yes.
or you get to,
That's awesome. That's
have
awesome.
fun.
And so I built this app that was supposed to test endpoints for prompt injection. So if you don't know that yet, everybody knows SQL injections, a way that people can hack into your website through SQL, through kind of not a nice way, and all of a sudden, boom, they have access to your backend. One of the things that they can have access with these bots, with these agents, with these LLMs, is through prompt injection. So the prompt may have something, or the AI may have access to things it's not supposed to share, but it needs access to. We have an HR agent that is supposed to answer. And when people ask, how many vacation days do I have? It's supposed to answer. How many vacation days does he have? It's not supposed to answer, right? So we want to red team these things. So I'm South American, so of course the project is called Team Rojo. So if you think how it's spelled, you understood the joke. You just got it. So this Team Rojo is there for the testing of the thing. So I had this idea of this great interface. So it's a prompt, it's a basic website that just asks questions, the most boring thing in the world. So I want it centered, and I want it to be a black background, like space. And then as you fill in the form and you go run down, all of a sudden, all around flames start coming up. And it did it. And it did it amazing. And I said, do the flames, connect with a WebSocket, and on the back end, just run this library. Don't worry about that. I have a scroll long script of what it's supposed to run. I can do that, but I just wanted to, look up how to run the library. It's one of the libraries that helps you do this prompt injection, this red teaming, this fake hacker, and I would just do it. And it was beautiful. And it did exactly what I was looking for, except for one thing. When I looked at the code that I told it, just use the library, just do something with the library. I literally said that, just come up with some things to red team an endpoint with the library. It had done everything, but that the section with that library was starting the PR writ test. That's the library's name. Sleep for 2 seconds. Completed PR writ test. Sleep for 1 second. All tests passed successfully. It faked it. And my manager, being the absolute manager, I don't know if you do this, was like, yeah, that's what I would expect all users to do, right? I would expect my developers to first get it there, you got there, because after all, I had all the code. I didn't need help with that. I just needed help with the front-end design and all that. And so watch out for that. There's more than just like, hey, I need a senior developer to check my code. I'm just a junior developer. I vibe coded and I threw it over the fence to the senior developers. Check, because they might be doing nothing and completely faking it until it makes it. So, is it doing its thing?
It's doing its thing.
Did you press a special button to make yours go faster?
No, I'm going to make it fair,
Oh, nice.
None
That's
of the
nice
other
of you.
ones
That's
are
so nice of you. I appreciate that. So, what do you think? What is this going to test? What do you expect will happen? This will be there for several minutes and all that. If you can approve it, yeah, it's wonderful. This is awesome having an assistant. This is fantastic. Thank you.
This is why I'm here.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, we still have, let me just take a quick sneak peek. The CPUs are still bored to death. It's almost like LLMs are doing all the work. Please excuse me, I asked to make sure to showcase this. Claude Code is using Opus 4.5. Gemini is using 3.0 Pro. I have a Pro account, so I was able to do it. It should have been 3.0 Pro, Gemini 3 Pro.
There is no 3.0. The marketing team decided it's 3. And they yell at us every time we write 3.0.
Okay.
And it's an auto routing, so it's making decisions between Pro and Flash by itself.
Oh, really? I thought I chose Pro. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll check it out.
We'll see in Flash stats. We can see which model it used at the end.
Excellent. That sounds awesome. Thank you for that. And Copilot uses OpenAI's 5.5. I don't know if it's 5.2 or 5.1 codex.
Should be 5.
Was it? You saw it? In this guy? You're absolutely right. I should have checked that.
Absolutely
All right,
right.
we can run it again. You're absolutely right. That's exactly what it says right there. Thank you for that. So I put the chairs closer if you notice this time. I love it. I love it. It's very important because I wanted it to be as best as you can. And I'm not doing that with this one. If it was Opus 4, it would be a similar kind of results. If that's not the case and all that. Is that, oh, that one's still doing it, right? Okay. So we'll go back, maybe run it again or see what's going on in there or see if it did a different job. So for all of you that don't know, this is an older model of Claude's Anthropic, the official company's name, model. So it's supposed to be worse. Now it might be faster. So that could be something that you're conscious of. We should have used the latest Gemini. We should have used the latest OpenAI, Copilot being one of those. It should have used the best one over here with Opus 4.5 and all that. So, and then I'd love to sit down and I'll show you how much it's been charging, right? Gemini is because of my plan, so it's free. It's paid for, it's not free. Copilot is because I'm a professor, so it is free, 100% free. Even though I don't know how, I don't think I've ever tried Haiku. Maybe I chose that one. And then Claude I'm paying per token. So if Claude runs out, we're in trouble. I put $50 in there. I don't know if I mentioned that before. What do you think is going to happen?
I mean, one of the things that's interesting to me is that the models have about an 18-month life cycle now.
Yeah.
Basically a year and a half, and whatever model you were super happy with is out. Like
There's cake.
ChatGPT 4 is dead now.
And drinks.
So it's like you don't need to care about the model anymore.
Okay. Because they're good enough?
Like they're doing something interesting. Google's doing something interesting, which is its routing. Basically, they decide if you need to use Pro or Flash.
Yes.
I don't know if Claude is doing the same thing. We're using basically multi-model systems where you have an orchestrator that just chooses the model. Is pretty much what's going to happen. So you don't even have to worry about the model anymore. Like,
That's crazy.
You won't have to care.
Yeah, that's crazy. Google, Microsoft, I know with their VS Code, lowers the cost by 10% if you let it choose exactly. If you let it route and you don't say, no, I know which one it is, the right one. If you let it, 10% off. You know what I mean? Essentially, you use 10% of the tokens. By the way, I don't know if you've all played with this. Some of them will tell you that they actually charge you a third of a token. So in other words, they'll tell you that it costs something, but since we have one system, and they'll call there, you can kind of see it there, that this guy says Haiku is exactly one token, but you might see other ones that say 0.43.
Gemini was doing that. At Flash was 0.33x.
Yes. Yeah.
At least last time I was looking at it.
Exactly. I've had pretty good luck with it. We'll talk about this OpenClaw later, but I'm using Gemini with OpenClaw and all that. Again, because there's certain accounts I have part of my subscription, part of the people I connected with and things like that. The Claude, and we're still trying to convince the company to do that since we're supposed to have access to everything. And that's absolutely useless, like you said, but it's fun. And if somebody else is paying for it.
Each technology, like that matters more actually. Like how is Claude routing your requests? How is it orchestrated? That matters more than one model behind it.
Interesting.
So
yes.
I would actually trust more the front end, the orchestrator right now.
Yes.
If a company tells me, oh, we have all of these models and we're going to orchestrate what's the best one.
Yes.
Because they're going to they buy each other models all the time. Like
yes.
You can on Copilot you can run Gemini.
Yes.
So as long as Copilot is deciding what's the best model, then I don't care.
Complete, and we're still working.
Okay. And what I'm interested in seeing is, for example, some of them will not actually be done because they're going to tell you that you need to install the dependencies, which is fine. It could be a couple of minutes.
Go defeat the bosses.
Yes. Let's do it. 10 minutes. And this is the one we had to sit around, right? So on the right-hand side was Claude, and there's the one that I had the other two waiting around. I was wrong. So we did, even though I started this last, we did wait on the other ones to see what's going on in there.
You're very optimistic.
Which one? The one on the right? You say go play?
Professional grade.
Yes. Oh, which one? Let's see. I see that. Yes. Ready to play status. Production ready. Oh my God. quality, great. Features 147 out of 147. They got 100% of them right. Somehow it knew it was going to get it right, and it got it right. That's amazing. Complete testing. Oh, it has testing. We have to test that. Right. I don't know when. So all three, the program is running locally. They're going to be making files locally. All three folders were empty on my computer. This isn't a cloud computer. It's just that computer right there. I made it. It did cost me $380, but that's because I'm good on eBay, right? The guy didn't know what he had, so I bought it for really cheap. But they're running locally. But each one of them reaches out to the AI and says, "Hey, I need for you to give me an answer to this," and it does it, and it writes the files. But it's not really doing a lot of programming. Now, what it does do is it might install the dependency itself. So it's doing something. So you might see a spike in the CPU and things like that. So does that answer your question? Tell me.
So, like
Thank you.
Damon used to
This is awesome.
host meetups where we created like, JavaScript games and stuff. And
With you.
yeah, but like our regular gamer meetup down here, the game developer meetups, we have meetups where we only just play test each other's games.
Nice.
So if we did that here, I'm not saying we're going to, but if we did, right? How would we play test an AI generated game rather than a human generated game?
I could throw it up on GitHub and you'll install it on your local computer and try it and all that. I'd love to. I will make sure to do that. I don't have a FloridaJS. I just realized I should have a FloridaJS enterprise organization. So you can go to github.com/FloridaJS. Coming soon. I think I do actually. I'll have to find out. There we go. Yes, you're right. You're right. Magically. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. This is, I don't need Gemini. I got Dimitri. I'll have him do it and all that. So, you all have this Molt bot, Claude bot and all that. I got Dimitri. So it's good. Exactly. It's fantastic. It's awesome.
You said to make it a Next.js app, right?
I don't know if I did. Let's look at the script.
The prompt had
The prompt had it? Yeah?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. Fascinating. That we have to decide. Did we knock off points, or did it know someone the other two didn't?
My first thought is, since it's using haiku, maybe you just optimize token and just said, let me just choose the simplest route.
Yes. It may have. That makes sense. I literally have no clue how come I have that on Copilot, but
You just thought Next.js was too complicated.
maybe. Maybe it wasn't needed.
It did ask you A or B. I don't know which one you chose.
I chose A. You're right.
A might have been its recommendation not to go there.
I should have paused and see what's going on. I didn't want to do it all
You
that.
are recording it all, right?
Yes.
So you'll be able to find out.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. 100%. Or you can scroll up infinitely into the top, right? I think
As long
that's
as
the other.
Your terminal supports it.
Let's find out. So, all right. How are we doing there? We're still running and everything?
Yeah, I think
All right.
Gemini's going for
Yeah. So again, what's interesting to me is to see, like, oh, look at it. It's the matrix. See blonde, brunette. You guys see that? As you scroll down, you were able to see it? And all that. Imagine. I did this on purpose. I'm showing off. Everything's happening over there. That's the computer you're seeing, not this one. This is happening all wirelessly. Wirelessly. It's fascinating. No one's interested in that. I like it. Tell me.
So like when you're a
Dimitri?
product owner, what does your job entail using you're the product owner for the Gemini
Oh.
CLI?
He comes to these meetups and tests it live.
Yeah, get to see it live. So we are in Google Cloud. We build a bunch of things. We build a backend that lets a bunch of teams use Gemini in a way that companies are okay with it.
So product
So-
owner means product management? Like what is that?
Yeah, so I'm the product manager. So my main job is to lead Gemini CLI, be successful.
So it's here, not in Silicon Valley?
My teams are in New York, Canada, and all over California, and a bunch of people scattered. I'm one of the scattered.
And I've worked for a short time on YouTube, and they don't let you work from home unless you're real good. So
Helps to be good.
I think so.
Yeah, we have like a project like Gemini CLI is 100 people easily across the organization built it. It's a large team of people, and they have to build a back end. If you ever used antigravity, if you use it in an enterprise setting, that's us as well in the back end. So we provide the way to Gemini that doesn't train on your data. And if you use anything that's free, everybody's training on your data. So just keep that in mind.
Nice.
But not if you're an enterprise customer.
And can you go into your like career path, that type of thing?
Sorry?
Like, what was your career path to become a
All right.
I
You didn't know we were
started-
going to interview, huh?
Sure. Started as a software engineer for about a decade, and then eventually I wound up with Microsoft doing the training and mentoring of software companies that were doing software development. Then I became a marketer, and then I became a product manager. So I kind of took the long way to where I am now. I feel all of that informs me very well in this new world where you kind of have to be everything.
It's crazy.
We're developing chatbots, right? And the best LLM we found was and
Nice.
I want to switch over. My team do use Google services, but the problem is the ecosystem that Microsoft provides.
Your voice is getting lower, lower, lower.
Yeah, got it. Raise the volume, sorry.
Ecosystem, right? I
Yeah.
want to move to Google products. But the ecosystem that Microsoft provides them, start forgiving issues and everything with GitHub, right? And then Copilot, VS Code. We don't have that rich feature set with Google products, right? At least I'm not aware of that. Are you planning to build something like that?
So at the end of the day, if you're using, like the question is, what if you're stuck in a certain ecosystem? And I would argue if it's your like general ecosystem, then you're probably stuck unless the company makes a decision to, choose some ecosystem that's compatible with the stack. But if you're just like talking about the AI coding piece of it, I don't think there is an ecosystem. Everybody has everything. Everybody has a CLI you can install. Everybody has an IDE. Everybody has a model. All those models build anything you want. You can use Gemini or Claude Code to build a Mac OS app. They don't care anymore. These models are generally trained. GitHub is generic. I've worked with GitHub for many years. Like they are not being opinionated to anybody's stack. We built Gemini CLI and GitHub.
I'll say yes. Here, you're gonna need my help. No. For us, we need your help. It's for us. It's not for you.
Oh, okay. Now the Google Studio, I mean, you have the AI tool, right? New AI tool, or it has been around for a little while. Is it? Yeah, AI Studio. Is it like similar to what you have, like Copilot, or?
So Google has AI Studio, which is a web-based vibe coding tool. You go to AI Studio, and you can build any kind of web app you can imagine. You just give it your ideas, and it goes and builds it. It's not really meant to be like the enterprise tool, but it's a great way. Like my team uses it to prototype UIs and things that are web-based. It's really good at that. If you're building something real in your organization, you're probably going to be using one of our VS Code extensions to get access to Gemini. You're going to be using antigravity if you're into IDEs, or Gemini CLI, my product, if you want to use the CLI. At the end of the day, these are just modalities. The IDE, the CLI thing, the VS Code plugin. At the end of the day, they all use a coding agent, some kind of agentic loop around the model. And Google is standardizing everything into one coding agent, so eventually you should really not feel any difference. Every team started as a coding, but if you look at all the startups, they're doing the same thing. If you use Claude Code, the coding agent, or Claude Work, their new work thing, it's all the same SDK in the same model, so there is no really logic in that.
Okay, so
If I can take over the conversation a little bit more, because we're almost finished with this, so I think it's about to test. I'd like to jump in. It's okay. So I'll leave it finished.
If it doesn't finish, we will learn something too.
No. It is. It's doing fine. It's doing some tests and all that. And there was something where I had to jump into it, so it was waiting for us to do something and all that. So if it's compiling and all that. This is something that I think is important to see, for example, the dependencies are installed. We can start the opposite. Since Claude is finished and Copilot is finished, I'll start with those folders. and let's look at them, right? We don't want to stay too long, and thank you, Dimitri. I really appreciate it, and I think you definitely should reach out to him if there's any questions about how your organization can switch to Google, but it's late, and we're yawning here and all that. Please excuse me. Not that not everybody should not switch and all that. So let's look at Claude. It has an app, components, everything. There is no node modules. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that should be right here with the package JSONs. So I think, I don't know, I'll look into see, if we look at the code, one of the things I see is no dependency installed. And this is something that we have to look out for. There's not a big deal, right? I'm going to go npni, if you know next or you know node, that will install the dependencies. There's no folder called node modules, there's no dependencies. But it did create a Next.js product, and we'll run it in just a second. Okay? It could have. Right. Now, let's find out. And I'll see if the code said something like that. Here's Copilot. It did exactly as we talked about. There is an init.sh, but it did not do a Next.js. And unfortunately, we'll have to take it into when I chose A or B and I chose A, that could have been one of the options. Thank you for noticing that. I didn't even realize that. So let's see if it does it. Maybe it does, they achieve the goal. We'll look at what I wrote one more time in a second. We'll see, we'll give it a little bit of extra time. So now Gemini is doing some things and checking, you know, whether it has everything in there. And what we'll do is I'll take a sneak peek. It's not a big deal, but there's a node modules package. So is that why it's taking longer? Maybe. Is that something that I wrote down in instructions? I don't think so. So is that required? No, but it might be nice to have. The other thing is some of the other projects, and I'll check this out now, I have to do it manually, may have made a .init, a git, right? So let's do that. I'm going to go and to create a new folder. Please excuse me, I'm going to.
Did you say to make it a JavaScript game, or did it automatically do that?
It is a notepad. So let's look at that. That's a pretty good, thank you for that. So let's go over to the instructions. The instructions was, the game was generate a complex 2D platformer with 5 levels, boss fights, and a custom graphics in a single turn. The information was use backend. If you need a backend, use convex. Essentially, if you've ever seen that, essentially it's a JSON store. It quickly puts something together and then starts it, right? There's no authentication. Again, the script that I found had authentication. It caused problems. After I finished everything, I needed to connect it with a particular service. I said no authentication. That's exactly what I told you. I told it to use user authentication and all that. So you're absolutely right. We'll have to see if I fucked it up and all that. A complex multi-step form for validation, a real-time data this had nothing to do with the other ones. I thought I had a perfect script. I'm seeing some errors, but that's the beauty of it. Let's find out, right? I don't know about you. I've made some errors before. I made some errors in this presentation. So we'll do that. And the idea is to not leave any to-do comments, essentially finish everything, and finish as much as you can. So I'm going to go into the Claude and see we don't have a Git repo. I'm going to go into the Copilot. I'm looking for a .git directory. Again, 2 lines, right? 2-word line, single line, git init, and I've solved this, right? And see the Gemini. It didn't. Okay, now we know. It's time to run them, right? Let's start with the Claude one. Excite me. You said I had to run the init to install everything. So that means the dependencies and all that. We'll check it out. Let's see what the init looks like for Claude. Quite a bit. A lot of print lines. I don't see much there. Oh, it's here, the commands and all that. So, okay. So it's done the installation of the dependencies. Okay, and it failed. Let's see if Claude is a favorite of Mac. You can see the new OpenAI Codex, the application. Wow.
He's having a compatibility issue with Kelvin.
I thought I could force it. Let's see. We'll have to see what's going on in there, in it. Oh, it's ready. Ooh, exciting. Exciting and new. Doesn't do anything. What happened here? Hey, if it doesn't work, it means I can't lose. So I consider this a win. I don't know. Let's see, we have some errors. We have some errors. All right. Who said this was going to work? We were learning. That's what happened, right? All right. This was in no way supposed to, well, let me see if Gemini does anything. That was the one that was trying to do something, right? Oh, maybe I'll do it in, oh, maybe I'll do this. I'll cheat. Who said I had a Windows machine? I have a Linux machine. I had a Linux machine, all right. Desktop. All right, let's go to the Claude. Let's see if that one does a little bit better job. You know, I'm a programmer. I rarely read the documentation, but maybe in this situation I should, right? Do you see anything in here, especially the people in the front, that tells me to do something in particular? No? Drag and drop. Oh, npni install npn and then dev to run it. It's doing it. Let's see the Gemini. This one also requires a little bit of Linux. Okay.
So if you ran the same prompt again, like tomorrow, would it create the same game or similar game?
Never. It's non-deterministic, right? It's by design. I remember my boss's favorite saying is to remember that this is not a large language model. It is a random number generator that gets things right. It usually guesses right. It's going to do that by default and all that. There's some situations, if you are very explicit, if you're like, I wanted to have a page that says the word hello in this font, in this size, in the top left corner with no HTML and no CSS. Okay, I bet you'll do it each time the same way. But every so often it'll say hi, right? And that's just AI. But this is something that I wanted to have a conversation, right, with all of you, to figure out what's going on in there. Regardless of whether it's working or not, you can see that what we're having is something that didn't exist, that didn't disappear tomorrow. We still have to be there to check our information, right? I may have made some different changes when it comes to, nice. What did I do? Oh, nice. Does it have internet? This one just gave up. It says no target. Ooh, maybe I should do that, right? It is, where am I? PWD, please word Damien. Okay, it's Claude. Let's go to Claude and say, fix it. So like I tell people, you have to be explicit with it. Let's go to, Gemini is still doing its business. Fix it. I don't see anything on the screen. Gemini is finished, right? So I have to do install dependencies, npm run. I'm doing that. So that's Gemini. I'm sorry, this is Gemini. I'm going to move this over here. Yes. Let me see. This is Gemini. Hold on a second. It's supposed to be Copilot. Okay. So.
Have you done this before and it worked?
Yes. But that doesn't mean it's going to work each time. This is the beauties of presentations. This is not supposed to mean saying, look, I've done something that you haven't. My code's bigger than yours. This isn't that kind of conversation, right? This is for us to really have that look and all that. This wasn't supposed to work or not work. I wasn't trying to show that one was better than the other one. But I did want this kind of conversation that we're having now, which is, why isn't it? Or, we're all developers here. Each one of you wants to come up here and type something, right? I know that. That's good, right? And you're welcome too. If you feel there's something, you can tell me or just come on over and see what happens and all that. But this is what I want to have that conversation. Let's see what's going on in here. Could the script be the fault? Could be. Could the model that I've chosen for Copilot be the fault? Could have been. So the conversation should be, what are you going to use each time, what's going on, and what should you be doing, right? So, what do you think? There's some things, okay. Approve, whatever it is, yes. Don't ask again. Look, I said fix it and it knew. Let's see, what did we have with, let me see, I have, this is Gemini. Okay. npm run dev. This is Gemini, let's see what it does. Turbo, well, excuse me. Doesn't look too fast for turbo. Again, it's not my computer. Don't blame my computer. Ooh. I just want to note that it did choose to call it Pixel Quest. So Copilot at least is creative. May not work. That's a different problem. Next.js, we choose it because it's fast, eventually. Ooh, nice. Oh my God. Oh, whoa. Well, whatever it is, see, this looks bad. That does not look good. Ah, you think so? There's no one coming at me. Oh my God. I just didn't know how to use it. Yes. What's that? Oh. My internet was the problem? See, that's what you wanted to see. Let's see it again. Oh. Oh. This is difficult. Here. Oh, I can go backwards. Oh, I suck at this. I should have brought my daughter. She's much video games than I am.
It actually looks like there's additional level on the bottom you're not seeing.
What are you talking about? There's no additional level. Watch this. I did.
So level 2 is now includes the floor is lava.
Yes. So, what are you talking about, zoomed in? You're crazy. What are you talking about? There's no zoomed in. It says 100%. Look. What are you talking about? So, the floor wasn't lava. I was lava.
So this was Copilot?
This was Gemini, I believe.
That's the lava. Look at it. That's the.
Yes. So, we are looking at Gemini. Gemini did its work. Let's see. We now go to Claude. Indeed.
He was running the prompt on his that's very similar.
Does it do it that? You want to show it off?
Prompt, and I ran 3 instances using slightly different variations.
Of Gemini?
Yeah, and one
Nice.
of them finished, and it semi-works, but it's still not perfect. Codex is still thinking about it,
Nice.
because that's what Codex does.
Yes.
be done in about an hour.
Oh,
You're really bad at this.
I suck at this. Now, you think you can do better? See it. Let's see it. Let's see if height helps here.
First of all, I gotta figure out how to play this.
Yes. There you go. See? It's so easy. It's so easy. It's so easy when you're watching on Twitch, but it's not easy here.
I don't think there's enough room for that. I could jump. Sucks is that it doesn't restart level 1.
Yes, at level 2 and all that, yeah.
Okay. Ah.
So, now that this is changed into a Twitch stream and all that, and you're watching a video game with this very sophisticated, what did you think? Now, the fact that one of them worked and one of them didn't isn't the thing and all that, right? There could be something in the Copilot one had done it. It seemed to have finished one of the first ones.
I don't think there's a way to get past that.
Let's see. See? So easy until someone else tries it. All right. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to go, okay, live server. Have you all know what live server is? Little quick application. You have an HTML file for whatever reason. I have this a lot with email templates, right? You can just have a quick server that comes up there. It gives you the URL. When you zoom out, apparently Copilot actually works. This is Copilot. Using Haiku, not what I thought I was using, which is TPT codecs. Now, that I said it works doesn't mean it actually works and all that. It means that when you press on this, nothing happens. Let me see. It's so close. It's so close. So, that's the problem. That is the exact problem and all that. Oh, maybe it's a touch screen. It is a touch screen, but it's not. You know, it is, by the way. You know, it is a touch screen. What's that? WAST.
No, there's an error.
Yeah, no errors. All right. So,
I call it unfair. Opus would have done a better job,
100%.
but it would have still been working.
Should have won. And like, there's going to be an error one and all that. Let me see. What's the saying? Copy it.
I built a lot of games just for fun using all these models, and the magic is just be iterative. Just go piece by piece. Give me the level. Give me my character. Give me
Yes.
one enemy. Let's turn the enemy like.
Excellent.
Like that is much better at it.
Yeah.
You can get it to do more, but you have to have a really good prompt, and you've got to give it tips and things you're gonna mess up. But these models are getting better every turn. Less and less of that.
There you go. There you go. I did say only one turn, so you know that's it.
One turn is hard.
All right. What would you have done differently? What would you have changed for the prompt? Let's hear from you guys. All this talking from us. Nothing?
You put it in ChatGPT
To refine the prompt?
to make it more iterative.
Sure.
What you could do is put it on ChatGPT and ask it to make it a development plan.
Development plan. Okay. Or I can just go, how about just this? Right? Which one are we going to choose? Are we going to fix the fact that I chose the wrong model? So remember that each one of these has their own models. I'm going to jump into them. Give everybody an equal chance. Over here, most of them have just model, right? And then you can come in here, and in my situation, again, I actually don't know what's going on in here. It's probably something that's stuck in there. It has a particular model. So the Copilot only had that as a choice. Here we talk about the fact that there are different ones that you can choose, the automatic one, or you can choose specifically one going on. I have 3, and then it, like we heard from Dimitri, it figures out which one it is. And we'll see it, have it keep on trying to fix it, because Claude had not seen it. Can I type in model here? Mobile? No. Model. Oh, we saw, I think it was Opus 3, 4.5 somewhere. So,
This one's actually
I got a good generation.
come up here. Do you have an HDMI connection?
I have a Mac,
Yeah.
which means they should have.
Yep.
It's the Mac Mini does. No, I need a.
Okay, give me a second.
I have a converter.
Please. If not, I have one over here. Let me know if you beat me. You got it? No, here.
Mine's better.
I see. No. Yours doesn't do it because it doesn't broadcast.
No. It's just so he can get
Yes.
HDMI out because
Right. Now,
you need power for that. Right?
Magic. Yes,
can you
allow.
plug in your other one
There you go.
for power?
Yep, we got enough ports.
Yep.
So if anybody's wondering how I stole the prompt,
Sure.
I didn't have the prompt on my machine. I stole it by taking a picture
I
at
will,
the top, and then
I
he
promise.
scrolled down and took a second picture. I gave those 2 pictures to Gemini, and I said, there's overlap in these pictures, just give me the prompt.
Sure.
So he gave me the prompt, and that's how I was able to generate it. Wonder
Oh,
which-
you should have.
which
Did it?
extents,
Oh, you have to duplicate your window.
Yeah, I rarely present on this thing, but we'll figure it out. Just mirror settings.
Arrangement.
No, it should be. There should be a way to just like say mirror, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Who here is a Mac genius?
Do you know how to mirror?
How many?
Go into
Yes, there's a button.
settings.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Is there a mirror? Oh yeah, extend. Mirror. Alright, we got it.
Give us a
So
chance.
this is
Shake it, my
what
friend. Thank you.
Gemini was able to produce. So I had to ask it to fix 2 bugs. It didn't run right away. It gave me an error when I started. I just pasted the error into Gemini. I'm like, fix it. I didn't give it any more guidance. And it was able to generate this game here.
With a bad guy. Oh,
Yeah, it actually has the physics in it, and it has
oh, the
can get
scary
better.
ones. Nice.
some crazy physics. Yeah, so this does produce output. It used Next.js. It chose Phaser 3, which was a good choice. This is part of the non-deterministic. I've had Gemini, it's one of my test prompts. I say, tell me the best game framework for a game that's web-based, and it's almost always going to give me one of two choices, but two.
Nice.
It's never going to make a decision on which one is the better one. But,
Perfect.
yeah, it's really possible. And here I ran Gemini 3 times with slightly different prompts, and eventually I did give it to Claude and Codex, and Codex is still working on it.
Nice.
Codex likes to fight its restrictions because it has the worst sandbox out of all of them by default.
Right. Awesome.
Trying to be fair, but they're still
Amazing.
working on it.
That's right. That's right. That's good. That's good.
Dimitri, you use the same prompt?
Yes.
Similar ones.
I had the same prompt in all my windows, and in 2 of the Gemini 3 instances, I made it slightly different. I said, make good choices. You know, I added some silly words like.
But it was the same basic prompt?
Yeah, the same prompt that we started with. You can get drastically different results. It's why, like, if anybody here has heard of like Pickle Rick and all those, like, run the thing over and over again with the same prompt, that shit actually works, because through brute force you can get past bad model decisions. Because eventually, in some pass, it'll be like, oh, that doesn't look right. Oh, that could be better. And the models are smart enough now to do better over iterations.
Excellent. So that's it. If we don't have any other questions, I just want to put a new slides.
Slide machine.
Nope, this one.
So who won?
Who cares? You all win.
Gemini. Biased, now listen to me.
Absolutely. No. Absolutely. So with his exact example, we had Gemini. That's what you saw there. Don't take it as a particular good answer or wrong, because although he did say, use the right prompt, what he was answering was the question in all the versions of his app. They use the same prompt. We use the same prompt in ours as well, right?
The original prompt is the one that we saw there, completely unchanged. So
How did you get the complete prompt and all that?
I stole it by taking 2 pictures of your prompt. And
Nice.
Gemini.
Love it. I love it. That's fantastic. That's awesome.
It's really good at stealing things.
Yeah. That's amazing. That's good use of AI. Yes.
So instead of taking a picture of his prompt, could you just say in your prompt, look at open source, the Unity, get their sample beginner project,
You could do all these type of things, my friend.
You can do a lot of permutations.
You're concentrating on the wrong thing, right? You're concentrating on the wonderful projects you're going to create that we started because of this conversation. Whether it worked or not, and I don't think any of you are quite getting it, is irrelevant. Because the idea is that you start working with these and that you learn some of the things. Perhaps it was clearly that you saw something that he did that I didn't. Perfect, do that. You don't have to follow me everywhere you go, right? The idea is always to do the best thing you can. And the idea is not to be afraid of these things and try them. Try them in a different folder. They're not going to escape the folder. They're going to be inside that folder. You saw me all start with blanks. So it is something you can do. And, you know, this is something you can all do yourselves. So, yes?
Would you rather, do you like using the CLI more, or you like to use more an integrated development?
Integrated.
Like Cloud or something like that?
ID. I like the ID better.
It's interesting. I used to. Now I don't because I find I could just open up a bunch of command prompts and get a bunch of stuff going. And then VS Code is my way to the source control. That's all I do there anymore. And I used to be a big VS Code fan.
Yes.
And this broke me because I don't use debuggers anymore. The debugger
Is
is
a CLI.
CLI. I tell it, here's the error.
Cool.
Or like this doesn't look right, you know, and it just tries to figure it out. But there's a split. There's like a split audience.
Hans, what do you believe?
VI. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I've been using
They have
antigravity.
they have
I've been
plugins.
using antigravity recently for a lot of stuff, but
Yeah.
I use Gemini CLI for a lot for a lot of automated. I just have a cron that starts a CLI, goes, looks at an issue, and puts a PR.
Beautiful.
What you'll find is strange about
Yeah, to that question then this. Go ahead.
CLI, what's good about it is you can spawn many instances, and if you change your mindset that, like, why did you use the IDE before? To edit the code. I don't edit the code. To look at the code. Okay, I'll still open up a file. I'll tell my CLI, open this file, and it'll just open VS Code for me in the file, and I'll look at it. And I use it for source control, because I love the left, tab with source. I can see all the branches and everything, and I can do all that. But everything else, I don't attach a debugger anymore. I don't look at the code most of the time, and therefore I can just spend 5 tabs and 5 agents running.
Can you like give it follow-up prompts?
Yeah, it's just a chat. And what you'll see is I often run multiple models if I'm just toying around with something, because different models will do surprisingly different results. I had Claude Opus write some code for me, and there was a bug. I didn't catch it. I tested it, I didn't catch it. I gave it to Gemini, I'm like, review the code. It said, if you do this and that, this doesn't work. And I tried it, it was right. And Opus didn't see it, but Gemini did see it. So,
But
it's
you
like having
you
a bunch
asked
of people that have different perspective on life. It's very fascinating.
but you asked Gemini to review the code.
Yeah.
You didn't ask Opus to review the code, even though it had created it.
I didn't use that specific language, and it might have been right, but it generated the code thinking it was right.
Yeah, but you're the one who said it. When it generates it, it's in a different mindset than when it reviews it.
Yeah, so there is a lot of /review commands being put into CLIs because there is a true workflow thing. That if you ask it to build, then you ask it to review, different outcomes.
Yeah, it will find its own issues.
You clear the session, you have it check another programmer's code, it finds things it wouldn't have found in the session because the session pollutes its perspective. So there's all sorts of things you start to realize when you start playing.
You had a question there?
Yeah, so I'm kind of cheap. The cost of running these models myself
Yeah.
is kind of high. Do you find that the open source models are just as good and you interface them with the CLI tools?
You're going to answer that question before us, right? If you have a computer that's powerful enough to run a good prompt, a good local prompt that's free, right? Only costs electricity, then you will be able to answer that question, right?
Very
Yeah.
slow.
That's the difference is that I have a relatively big GPU server at home, and I'm running Olama with GPT OSS.
And I love that. But you know, try. There's only one answer, which is what you find out, right? That's always the best answer. Any
The
other?
problem with those open models is to run the good ones, you need expensive hardware. So it's not.
Absolutely.
It's actually not cheap. It's much more expensive, unless you can throw 20 grand at it or something nowadays. I mean, it's going to change in 5 years. It's going to be in years, not in decades. That these models are going to be on your phone. That's my prediction.
We had some lawyers with a gentleman that's sitting in the back. We had some lawyers say, no, you don't understand. I don't want to use anything that's in the cloud. And I mean, Dimitri will remind you, you know, I come from the Microsoft world, he comes from Google world. We both have solutions so that it doesn't train on that data, so it's safe. But, right, it's contracted, things like that, and you know, they're not going to give up their $1 trillion business to get your, you know, $50,000 from your bank. They're not going to do that to steal your bank, so they're not interested in that. But they wanted to run it on the local, and we used Gemma 2.5, it was a while ago, and it ran perfectly fine for what we needed. This wasn't coding, it was something else and all that. And so for certain models, it looks fine. Now, this was on what costs right now $3,000. Again, I'm an eBay man, so it didn't cost me $3,000, but it's a Mac with Mac Studio with, you know, M1 Max with 64 gigs of memory. I have it sitting at home. And so we were able to run the 27 billion parameter one, so it was a larger one. So it cost us money, right? It cost us the machine, but then that's it. The machine and the electricity is a lot less than what you would think, and so it's fine.
There's something else to
Yeah.
consider, which is, so you go out, you buy this big computer that could run a 70 or 128B model, but in 18 months, there's going to be 500B model, 600B, and your computer's not going to run. Their data center will run. So what you're paying right now is basically you're, you know, kind of funding that next computer. Overall, the cost, I think, ends up being lower with cloud. And as long as you have contractual protections, you can probably be okay with sending data. And probably if you're running big pieces of information, that there's privacy involved, you probably want a lawyer involved in it.
But you know, there are ways. All of a sudden, Google with a new account gives you $300 to use in a month. Azure with a brand new account gives you $200 to use in a month. But at the end of the month, you don't have that money anymore. That's it. So all of a sudden, some other person has to apply. Not that we would do this, right? Someone else has to apply and get those $200 and all that. So you could do that, you know, and prove what's going on in there. You know, prove a way that instead of costing you money, these AIs make you money. Once that happens, it doesn't matter how much it costs, right?
One of the things that I just want to point out, that I mean, it's obvious to me because I live in this world every day, but I'm sure it's not obvious that even like 6 months ago, the small subscriptions, the ones you like pay per month, like $20 a month, they used to be not great, and now they are great. Every provider has basically gotten to the point where if you just pay like $20, $25 a month, you get enough usage that you can go for 6 hours, and you know, that's 6 hours of like non-stop coding and generating code. So you can get a lot out of that even, and if you're done for the day, it resets the next day. So these quotas are per day. And if you're crazy like me, you pay $200 and then you can just go a whole freaking day and you can run 3 agents at the same time.
No problem.
But that's still not bad if you're getting something out of it. That's 3 agents worth of, 3 developers worth of output. So it's getting cheaper. I think it's going to get cheaper.
Yeah.
But you know, the hardware, the thing I would say with all these models, these current generation models, they're getting to the point where it's almost like good enough for forever. You know, like you can kind of generate code well enough that if they get even better,
Yeah.
you could live without it. So if the open source models catch up to this level, I
Yeah.
think it's going to be like a foundational level of coding assistance. And the hosted models will just be magical. So it'll depend what you want out of it.
100%. I'm with it. I'm with you 100%. I did do what you know, we were suggesting, which is this guy again. You know, it's the full. No, I'm sorry, that computer. Not this is $3,000. This one's $380, and I was able to do a little bit of Python research and all that, and build some things locally with a local model in an airplane without Wi-Fi, without anything. So I had ChatGPT, a really crappy version of it, agreed, but it was doing exactly what you said. For what I wanted to do, which I wanted to play with some things around and get ready for our presentation, where I wasn't going to do something too sophisticated, it was fine, and all that. So once it's fine for this kind of stuff, it's fine. Like I love that. It's fine forever, and it's going to get there. It's getting there already. They're already pretty good. I mean, do you remember this? I mean, it didn't used to go and like continue until it got it working, right? Sometimes they wouldn't have run it. You know, these models would tell you like, here's the code, and you can go, okay, now review it, okay, cool, but they wouldn't be like running it and then figuring out that when they started it, there's an error, then going to fix it, and then like running it again and realizing a different error and going to fix it, and figuring out what's going on. At work, it found that I had a lock file. I had, you know, I was like, no, I have everything correct. What's going on? It's working fine on the server. It's not working locally, and it was a file I never would have thought of, and it figured it out, right? And because it started it, looked at the error, corrected it, started, looked at the error, corrected it, realized the problem was the lock file, deleted the lock file, reinstalled all the dependencies, deleted the node modules, and it did it. Because it's constantly, it was trying different things, like what you mentioned earlier.
It's really good. It doesn't get tired. It does run out of quota if you're paying for a quota, but if you have $200 quota, you're good.
Yeah.
It'll keep trying, and you can just leave it alone for a bit.
Yes.
What was in the prompt that made all the manipulations to the sound? What was the prompt that directed all the models, including embedded interface, or none of them had sound? What was that?
So I think you used the same prompt, right? You said you used the same prompt.
You just made a different
That
decision.
was the only commonality, and plus the sound system. What's the commonality on the sound?
That there was no sound? Is that what you're asking? There could have been sound. It's very loud here. So, by the way, this device that is broadcasting the HDMI will broadcast the audio if we connect to it. I don't know if there was audio there. We may have said that it was no audio. I'm not too sure there was audio. You could try it yourself at home. I'll put in the comments of today's event, because you can still put comments in there. So I'll shove it in there. You can put it in there. I love your trick about taking a picture of it. That's fantastic. I love it. Absolutely. But if not, it'll be there. Okay. This will be on YouTube under FloridaJS. That's the group. Check out in the future FloridaJS.com or FloridaJS on Meetup. We also have a YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/FloridaJS. I am an AI advocate, and I see developers coming to me all the time and saying, my boss wants me to add AI. Do you know how to add AI? Because that's a little bit of a hard question. Like, what do you mean? So eventually they'll clear them up. This is a boot camp that I've made for anybody that wants to know the answer to how do we add AI. Yes, it's RAG. Yes, it's tool calling agents, if those things make sense. Yes, it's orchestration of agents. Yes, it's our favorites, friends, you know, the SecOps, thinking about security while releasing it. How to do the what I have to build, the red teaming, so that your prompts pass the test and aren't able to be hacked by somebody else. This boot camp has it. It's a 2-day boot camp. It is not free, but if you're interested, you can be there. If you're just interested in future information, we do meet up every single month, usually at the first Tuesday of the month, not always on my birthday. If I can do that, I'll do it like today, but it's always the first Tuesday of the month. At the very bottom of this website, you don't have to sign up if you don't want to. At the very bottom, there's a subscription. That's just subscribing you to an email list that we will send you more information about future events, not only ours, but other events related to AI. Are you going to run any events down in Miami?
I don't run events, but I'm sure Google will.
Where I met you, which was another Google event, it was spectacular. Forget about all the people that I met. For a free event, great food, always like Google, but it was a lot of great presentations and all that. So,
Was it IO Connect or?
no, that was nuts. That was not the one with the warehouse. No, that was crazy. It was 3 warehouses full of different presentations. That was crazy, with little kiosks for asking different questions. That's got to come back, hopefully, my friend. You got to help push that along and all that. So if you ever get a chance to go, they're killer events and all that. It's a lot of fun. I'll send you those if I see them, the moment I see them. The very bottom of this website, at the very bottom, there's a pop-up that says $50 off. Ignore it, go down to the bottom on the right. If you want $200 off, look, it's on the website. You can ask ChatGPT to tell you where the $200 off is. If not, it's kind of obvious. There'll be there another way to do that as well. So, thank you. Dimitri, thank you so much for helping. That was amazing. You made this meeting so much better, but I'm super, super glad you all came to it. Thank you very much, and let's see you next time. Cool, thank you. Thank you so much, I appreciate it so much.
This is great, man.
Yeah,
You're master of ceremonies.
Thank you.
I'll show you.
Show me.
I'll show you my.
Do you want to be up there or?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
This is mine.